Hey guys, this is Alan, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing my Golden Hawaiian bamboo. If you're looking for a fast-growing bamboo that's not gonna break the bank, well, this is the one to get. Let me show you. Golden Hawaiian is going to be one of the most popular varieties that we have here at the nursery. And the reason why is because, well, they look very nice. It's a striped variety that has green and well, not really yellow stripes. It's mainly green stripes on the yellow culms or shoots. Very fast growing, and the reason they are popular is because it's a clumping variety. It grows in a circle. Now people like this variety because it's cheap. Now let's go ahead and take a look at my bamboo that has been in the ground for about a year and a half. This is my Golden Hawaiian that I've had in the ground for about a year and a half. It was planted late 2021, and in just that amount of time it has grown to about, I don't know, let me see if you can see it. I would say right now it's about, you see that shoot up there, that's about, I would say 25 feet tall. Now, like I said, the reason people like this variety is because it's a stripe variety. It's not your boring green looking shoots coming off the ground. So usually, as they get older, this is the size that they're gonna get. Some of them are gonna be smaller, some of them are gonna be a little bigger, but generally, this is the size that you are going to get. I got another one on this side that's a little bigger. This one right here is the latest. And you can see my hand right here and the size of this bamboo. And like I said, this has only been in the ground for a year and a half. So let's go ahead and talk about the growing conditions for Golden Hawaiian bamboo. You can see the botanical name on the bottom of the screen. Now this bamboo will take full sun anywhere in the US. It takes full sun in my area. It will take full sun in yours. Will it grow in the shade? Yes, it will grow in the shade. But what I've noticed in the shade is the shoots actually get really skinny and really tall because they're trying to reach the sun. It truly needs the sun in order to grow. Winter protection. This variety surprisingly will tolerate temperatures in the low 20s. No issues at all. This variety last winter handled about 24 degrees, and it did get frost damage, but it survived. No issues at all. Now, if frost hits it, your leaves are gonna get crispy and brown, and that is normal. So expect to do some cleanup in the spring if you do not frost protect your bamboo. Now, this is a fast-growing variety. As you can see, I mean, in a little over a year, it's 25 feet tall. So, anyways, root system. The root system of bamboo in general is just like almost the same as grass. They're very shallow, so they are not really invasive. You can plant them close to structures and it will be okay. But you have to understand, the canopy of your bamboo is gonna overhang several feet from the center. So if you don't mind the bamboo overhanging over the wall, over your house, your neighbor house, I mean, it's up to you. But the root system is safe to plant close to structures. Now let's talk about the growth structure of this plant. Now this variety specifically has two features compared to other bamboo varieties. The first one is gonna be, it is a striped variety. As you can see, some of the shoots are gonna be yellow, other ones are gonna be more green like this one right here, and other ones are just gonna be a combination of both. Another thing to keep in mind is the foliage of this plant tends to be a little bigger and wider than other varieties. And another thing is, it does not get as big as other varieties that I have, which is gonna be the Sunburst, which is this one right here. I got another video talking about this one specifically, and this one is a 30-40 footer easily. But yeah, it looks very similar to the golden Hawaiian, but the leaves are going to be about half the size. Watering. Now, a lot of people say bamboo requires a lot of water. One thing you have to keep in mind, it's not about the volume of water, it's about the frequency. The root system of your bamboo plant does not go deep in the ground compared to other plants with deeper roots. So for that reason, you need to water more frequently, because your plant will be drinking the water closer to the surface. So, and the surface will evaporate the water a lot faster than other plants. So this is the reason why you need to water frequently. Now, how do I water my bamboo right here? Well, this one has a dripper. Somewhere over here, I don't know where. But anyways, it's got a dripper. And the way I water this one right here, it usually gets water for about an hour. Now my dripper usually pumps out about 13 gallons of water an hour. And this one gets water every other day. And I'm in the desert, guys, and my bamboo is growing like crazy. Is that a lot of water? I'm not sure. To me, it's not. But you know, to some people it may be. But generally, you don't have to water that long, because you don't really need to deep water this plant, because it doesn't benefit from it. Fertilization. How do you feed your plant? Some people say bamboo plants are heavy feeders. Well, to be honest, I haven't done anything to this plant since I put it in the ground. When I first put it in the ground, my bamboo plant was half this size right here. And I just put a little bit of compost in the ground, dug a hole just a little bigger than that container, and stuck it in the ground. And in just a little over a year, you can see how much it has grown. To be honest, if you get some rain, maybe you water the area and you have some organic material, your plant will be fine. I mean, a lot of people say my soil is terrible because it's clay, but clay is high in minerals. Clay is high in everything but organic material. But guess what? As soon as you water the area, it will bring the life to the soil, and they will bring the organic matter into the soil. So to be honest, all you need is water. If you want to help your plant along a little more, go ahead and put some compost in there, and you don't need anything else. Bamboo lengths doesn't really care about the soil, to be honest. It will grow in alkaline soil, which is what I have, and I seen it in South Florida grow just fine too, which they have acidic soil to neutral, and they do both. They do great in both types of soils. Growth rate. Well, bamboo grows very quickly. Now, there's this thing you gotta keep in mind. When you first put your bamboo plant in the ground, a lot of your new shoots, they're gonna be skinny. And your bamboo will get really bushy like this one too. And that is normal for the first year in the ground. Bamboo plants, unlike trees, once the shoots come off the ground, like this guys right here, they do not thicken up, they do not get bigger. Whatever size that came out of the ground is the size it will always stay. So when your plant is young, obviously it's not gonna be able to push out shoots this big like here. So most of the ones you get the first few months to the first year in the ground, they're gonna be skinny, like this one right here. And that is normal. Just let your plant grow, and then as soon as you start seeing big shoots like this one right here, you know your plant is actually somewhat rooted in the ground, if not fully rooted. Because from then on, all the new growth that you get is gonna be full size like this. And as your plant gets older, it's not gonna flop over like mine is right now. Most of the ones are gonna be really thick and strong enough to stand up all the way up there. While the new shoots over here, you can see they're very skinny and they get top heavy and they start hanging down. So my recommendation is to let it grow until you get the mature ones, and then you can go ahead and prune everything on the bottom to make it look nice. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about growing your bamboo in a container. Short term, yes, you can grow your bamboo in a container just like this one right here. Will your bamboo get full size in a container? No, it's not. I do not recommend growing bamboo in a container long term. And the reason I say that is because they grow very fast, super fast. Like this one right here, just 6 months ago, was just a one little cutting. You can see right here, and you can see how much it has grown in just 6 months. And it's completely rooted all the way down that it's like sticking out of the container. This plant is root bound. This plant needs to be uppotted in a bigger container. If I put it in a bigger container, this is a 3-gallon right here. The next size up will be a 7-gallon. It will easily root that container out in the next 6 months. So the problem with container growing is they grow very quickly and you will need to uppot them often. Now, if you put your plant in a bigger container, let's say you want to be proactive and you just want to go straight in a 25-gallon container like this one, it doesn't matter. Your bamboo will root this container within the year. And then what are you going to do? What's the next size up? Are you going to keep going bigger? Your bamboo plant will have a very hard time growing to full size in a container. It will never be able to grow big culms like this in a container. It's just not gonna happen. If you ever see a bamboo plant that looks this big coming out of a container, that bamboo plant rooted through that container into the ground. There is just no other way around it. Is there a benefit to buying a bamboo plant, a bigger bamboo plant in a container? No, there isn't. So even though I have bigger plants in bigger containers here at the nursery, and obviously they are more expensive, I always recommend people to buy a smaller plants because they grow so fast. There's really no benefit in buying a 7, a 15-gallon, a 25-gallon bamboo plant in a container unless you want instant gratification, meaning you want your plant to look big from day one. But if you have 6 months to a year to wait, to be honest, you're gonna save a lot of money, and it's always better just to start small. It's a smaller hole to dig too, so it makes it a lot easier. And that brings us to my personal growing tips. So what I have learned over the years growing this variety is a few things. The first one is it grows very fast. Second is you need to water frequently. Can you overwater it? No. If you make sure that your soil drains the water within 24 hours before you plant your tree in that hole, you will never be able to overwater this plant. Now, once your plant's actually fully rooted in the ground, they don't really require that much water to stay alive. But if you don't water your plant, it's not gonna grow. It's just gonna take longer to die. So it's up to you. Do you want your plant to grow, or you just want it to stay alive? Bamboo plants do not require any more water than any other plants, guys. I have tons of trees, and bamboo plants drink the same amount of water. My loquat drinks. What else do I have on the same? My guava drinks. I mean, it does not require more water than any other plant. It just has shallow roots, and you just have to water more frequently. That's it. Another thing about this variety specifically is it's very affordable compared to other varieties. And also another thing, it's extremely easy to propagate. Let me show you. This year we actually started propagating our own bamboo. I have another video where I show in details how to split your bamboo plants, especially if you have a rare variety. But this variety specifically grows very easily from cuttings, guys. It's super easy. I mean, all you gotta do is during the growing season you get a few cuttings and then you stick them in your potting mix of choice. It's to be honest, as long as it drains the water, it will grow. But you can see I got my cuttings right here, and then I'm pulling, and they're actually, I can tell they got roots on them already. So that is my review of the golden Hawaiian bamboo, guys. If you're looking for a bamboo that grows very quickly, full sun, it will tolerate frost, it will tolerate temperatures in the low 20s, very easy to grow, ornamental, you can prune it, you can let it grow, you can do whatever you want with it. Get yourself a golden Hawaiian. The best thing about this variety is it's a clumping variety. It grows in a circle, so it's not invasive. And fully grown, I've seen variations. Usually they get, 20 to 30 feet tall, and they can get just as wide too. But it depends on the growing conditions in your area. I've seen them in Florida, they get a lot taller. and they don't get as white as they do here in the desert. Here I get a lot of sun, so in my area they get a lot bushier, and so far they seem to be getting just as tall. But anyways, hopefully this helps you out, guys. If you have any questions, as always, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and I will see you next time.